Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you don't remember who I am, my name's Paul, and today the exercise of the week we're going to cover is squats. As per the usual, we're always going to start off with a bit of a description as to why this exercise is important. Then I'll go into the demonstration, then some tips, and then I'll go through a couple of variations with you today. Remember, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments of what you think were good about the video or any tips you can give us. I'm always learning. These are my first few videos ever, so it's always good for me to receive some feedback on how I'm going. So now just quickly onto our little description about squats. You might have noticed a bit of a trend, but these sort of first exercises that we're showing you are really sort of easy to perform and you can do them anywhere. So, like a couple examples I used in last week's video, make sure you have a look at that one as well. That, for example, for squats, you can do them, at home. You can do them at your desk if you've got a desk job. You can do them in a gym. You can pretty much do them anywhere. The key muscles that are used in a squat essentially really are all your muscles of the lower leg. But in particular, it's more your quads that are being targeted. Now, for the purposes of this video, we're only going to be showing you squats that don't involve weights. And the reason we're doing this is because you need access, for example, to weights to be able to perform weighted squats. And so we'd rather thought that, it might be more beneficial just to show you how to do a normal squat, or a bodyweight squat as people call it, so you can do that pretty much anywhere, and it's a very good beginning exercise that anyone can do. So without further ado, let us show you how to do the squat. Yeah guys, so based on the other two videos you probably know by now, I'll always start off with a quick demo. I'll show you two different views of the bodyweight squat for about another 5 seconds or so. Okay, so in regards to your feet and knee position, so let's start off with the feet. Your feet should be shoulder width apart when you're completing this exercise. It doesn't matter what kind of squat you're doing, they should be shoulder width apart. And for the purpose of a bodyweight squat, you want your feet in line with each other. In terms of your knees, when I'm talking about knee position, it's just making sure that as we come down, we're making sure that our knees don't go past our toes. And so bringing your knees in front of your toes is actually a bad thing because we're going to move our center of gravity forward. And if we're doing things such as with weights, so let's say we're doing a front squat and we're bringing our knees way too far forward, we could potentially fall over, and that could be very, very painful. The second tip, which is really nice and simple, is trying not to look down. So you don't want to look all the way down to your toes. You just want to look like directly almost in front of you. The final tip is to maintain that normal spine curvature. So I've said this before, and you're probably thinking, what do I mean by the normal spine curvature? Well, here's the problem when people say stuff like keep your back nice and straight. What I've noticed is a lot of people tend to overarch their back as they're doing the squat because they think by overarching my back, bringing my shoulder blades together, I'm gonna stay nice and straight. That's not what we want to see. When I mean maintaining that normal spine curvature, it's pretty much said in the name. You don't arch forward or backwards in order to account to having a straight back. Now onto the variations. So I'm going to go through two variations today because there are a plethora of squats and I want to go through some in later videos. So the first squat we're going to look at is a split squat, and the second squat we're going to perform is the chair squat, or commonly known as a sit to stand. So as you can see right now, I'm performing the split squat, and this is a very good progression. Just as long as you do this, you make sure that you're again doing the right technique and looking at those three key things we were talking about. So in a split squat, you really want to make sure that even though one foot's going to be in front of the other, that your feet are still shoulder width apart. Again, you don't want them out too wide and you don't want them too close together. Okay, otherwise you're not going to get the maximum benefit you can receive from doing a split squat. Next up is a sort of regression and it's one that I call a box or a chair squat. And in clinical populations, you might do this as a sit to stand. And so what this involves is, like it says in the name, get like a box or a chair. And what you want to do is depending on where you start, let's say we're starting up from the top, you want to squat down, your butt slightly touches the chair / box, and then you come back up. For a sit to stand, it's the opposite. So you're starting off on the box or chair, and then you're standing up, coming back down. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully by now you know how to complete a bodyweight squat, as well as a couple of variations. Just don't forget the 3 key things we talked about in the video. So 1, don't forget your feet and knees position. Second of all, remember, try not to look down. And last of all, remember to maintain that normal spine curvature. Keep up the running, guys. I hope to see you soon. Take care.